Hello there, folks. Today I got you some blue-white prowess. Well, kind of prowess. Magecraft, if you were, is probably the active word that we're using here. So I have this all split up here into the basics. I should probably split it a little bit more. Okay, so we've got creatures gradient into spells. That's where we are. If you're wondering the curve, 0, 1, and 2. And then the lands. Anyways, so what are we trying to do? We're trying to beat down super fast, but the deck is built on the idea of Symmetry Sage. This was originally a 0-2 with base power, like whenever you magecraft a spell, then you get to give a creature base power 2 until end of turn. Then alchemy updates happen trying to buff this card. Now it's an 0-3 granting 3 power. Granting 3 power. Here you go. Have 3 power. Do something with it. This card is now like, I cast a spell, and on its own, it's a 3-3 beater. This is insectal aberration without having to wait for the spells. This is, well, I mean, it basically is insectal aberration while being probably a little bit more tanky. Yeah, this is probably a little bit better than that card, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, so we got that. And that's what it's based around. So some of our creature choices are kind of based around that. Ornithopter, we're going for the mana advantage. We're going straight down to 0 with this. And we try to have a few synergistic cards when it comes to this. So like +1/+1 counters so that the Ornithopter is not completely dead without the Symmetry Sage. So here we are. Clever Lumimancer, 0-1, obviously with a +3 power that it'll wear all 3 points, just like the Ornithopter. But it also has its own Magecraft where it gives basically double prowess, where it gives +2/+2 to end of turn when you cast an instant or sorcery spell. Well, I guess that's not prowess specifically, but whatever, same idea. So it pumps fast and large, quite large. This thing beats down really hard, and it just kind of needs a shell. And I think that these two cards are like the perfect things to go with each other. Now, after that, we've got Esper Sentinel. Obviously, just an all-around really good creature, and definitely worth the slot and just, you know, on its own. But when we just take into the fact the synergies of Symmetry Sage, like an opponent casts some spell, and we just cast a spell in response, and in response to its effect, and grant it 3 power, then it gives us an extra card so we can turn like our opt into a divination, for example, based on in response to our opponent's spell. So it has some synergy there as well. So definitely a very good fit in the deck and trying to keep the gas going. After that, we got the Symmetry Sage, a Spectral Sailor just kind of thrown in there because I had a flex and I'm not sure what to do with it yet. Draw some cards. Faerie Guidemother has the jump effect on the adventure, give some flying and a bit of a buff, and then on its own is a 1/1 flyer if we just need a body to get a board state going. Then from there, we got some God's Willing for protection and scry, Guiding Voice for +1/+1 counter on a creature and learn, so that's one of our +1 counter cards. There's our learn. We'll get into that. Homestead Courage is +1/+1 counters and vigilance, and a flashback available for that, so we can really, really get the Lumimancer jacked up or the Symmetry Sage bumping the team. After that, Light of Hope, another experimental card, +1 counter, but it's got it's a charm basically. It's a 1-mana charm. It does some other stuff, but +1/+1 counter is the default mode. Sheltering Light, indestructible scry, just like God's Willing. Wings of the Cosmos is just another flexible kind of card where I was playing against a lot of red to start, so this was a strong choice at the time. It depends. This is just an option. You may want to switch it. I don't know. Take your pick. Couple of Fading Hopes, maybe some more, maybe less. Depends on how many creatures you're running into on a given day, or if you want to protect your own things. Take your pick. Maximize Altitude, just same thing as Faerie Guidemother, just a little bit extra, like a couple casts with that Jumpstart ability, so that we can put a couple things into the air, or just buff the things that are already there, whatever you want to do. A couple ops, just again, another option. And then Sejiri Shelter, just a land if we need it, but it's also protection spell. And then Jwari is the force spike and land. And then other lands, Eiganjo, Shefet, Ipnu, and Otawara. Other than that, it's mana. And we really need fast lands for this deck. Oh my goodness, do we ever need fast lands for this deck. But anyways, with that, we did have a learn thing. So we have Academic Probation to detain a creature or silence a particular spell. From our opponents, so combos, whatnot, we can knock those out, or stall the board wipe, those kind of things, or get that big creature just can't attack. And then Environmental Sciences, in case we're just stuck on mana, this is just what we have to do. Reduce to memory if we just need to kill something badly, then we have that. Teaching of the Archaics, when we're going through all of our spells and our opponent is not, then this is a perfect card. Inkling Summon as just a creature if we need it. Expanded Anatomy, just to pump up those creatures even more. And then Introduction to Prophecy, just scry and draw a card. Didn't want to go any higher than that because I didn't really figure that we were going to be able to cast any of them on any given game. So this is kind of the options I went with. Again, work in progress. You can figure it out from your point of view. Let's get in some games and give you a kind of tour of how the deck works. All right, we're in on the play. We've got Lumimancer with a pile of buffs. So if we lose Lumimancer, we probably lose immediately. Huh. Okay. Keep. I think Hallowed Fountain Shock is... I like shocking in this deck. I don't know why. If I've got a shock land, I feel like I've got to have it. Just so that I can do, like, double blue on a whim or something like that. Anyway, Clever Lumimancer. Our opponent on green. Okay, well... You know what? If they're going to just be green nothing, let's just shred them. Homestead Courage. Boop. Homestead Courage. Alright, turn 2, 6 damage. Your move. Oh, they've got black. Paradise Druid. I can't do much about that right now. Oh, alright, that's fine. Okay, so we'll set this to white. We've got our blue. We'll try to dedicate it to blue. Okay, learning. What do I wish to learn here? Probably teachings of the Archaics here, based on how things are going here. Light of Hope is not going to save anything. So I guess we just... Guiding Voice again. Wham! Let's see if they wish to chump block. At this point in time, what else do I want to do? We could get an Inkling Summon for try to close. Or we can get an Expanded Anatomy. If we were to feel that would stay alive, I'm going to go with the Inkling Summon. Just because I have an inkling that it's not going to last. Alright. Our opponent then does what? Scoot Swarm? Okay. Naturally. You can piss off now. Yeah, that works. Alright, Wings of the Cosmos, we win. Okay, on the draw, and I just popped a mouthful of, like, goldfish crackers just beforehand, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm about to start talking. So, it's going to be mildly muffled right now. Symmetry Sage, we have. Okay, it's a one creature play again, but Symmetry Sage, sure. I'll keep mowing down on this. Nom 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 nom. Keep. Also, the, like, starting screen. You know what? I'll leave the starting screen open just to see what I'm talking about. Sarkin is another one of those guys that just, like, shrunk right down. As an example. Opponent, I just talked about your diminutive size. You gonna, like, take that sitting down? Oh, wait, you're standing up. Ha! Right then. Yeah, I'll just symmetry. And then Opt will decide from there, because it looks like it's Grixis kill everything. Literally everything. Great. Grixis kill literally everything. We're going to Opt. And I'm going to be looking for a backup creature to deal. Also, let's Guiding Voice. So, sciences, no. I'll just take Archaics. It seems to be like the nice default. So I'll take it. So, Grixis kill everything. Needs to start killing everything. Okay. Symmetry Sage. What's that card in their hand? Who is that Pokemon? Don't know. Let's do Eiganjo. I'm trying to figure out the land proper here. That's all. We have no way to protect our stuff right now. That's my issue currently. So I guess we'll just buff the Symmetry Sage and, you know, whatever. And just get a chunk in here. Let's just Kerchunk for 6 and then figure out from there. So nothing to protect with right now. Okay, 4th land. Bedevil. Big, dumb, slow spell. I can't believe people are still playing that. Game, please. You gotta throw me something here. Come on! Okay, well, this game is about as dry as humanly possible right now. Just so dry. Just nothing. Opponent. Trying to figure out their next play. I mean, unless their hand's worse than ours, and it's probably not. Bolus. Yep. We'll drop the maximize altitude. And then we'll Light of Hope, and we'll put a counter on Symmetry Sage. Just so that it can fight. Then we're going to go land. Fading Hope. Nickel Bolus. Off you go now. Teaching us of the Archaics. Esper Sentinel. Gem in there for 4. Ornithopter can be our discard. Possibly. We'll see. I'd like to double up Homestead Courage. I'm just hoping for no board wipe currently. That's really what it comes down to. Seriously? That's basically a board wipe, by the way. Alright, well, whatever. Esper Sentinel. Ornithopter. Another kill spell. Like I said, it's basically, yeah, it's just Grixis kill spells. Alright. So now Bolus will at least come down and we lose nothing out of Bolus. Or are they just going to use another kill spell versus a 1-3 Ornithopter? Yeah. Kill spell, kill spell, kill spell. Where were you? Okay, well, we're going to lose that to Bolus. Finally get our protection spell, and we lose it. Ah! Try to close the game, please, opponent. Just please try to close the game. At least do that. Thank you. Okay, we drew nothing. We got killed, destroy, destroy, kill, pew, pew, bang, 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 right out of the game. All right, in on the play, we have 2 creatures and some buffs. Okay. Looks like we'll go opening on Shefet because I don't know about this blue yet. I'll try to keep it flexible for a moment longer, but I mean, we can put it on white later. So we'll just open Sentinel just to see if that mucks with anything. We get a free card or 2. Temple of Epiphany from our opponent, which means that... Ooh, hell yeah. Get Phoenix done. Alright. Sentinel number 2. And just leave mana open at this rate. Give me some cards, baby! Give me some freaking cards! Give me all the cards. Come on. Come on. Give me the cards. Give them. Give them. Give them. Oh, baby. Who's drawing 2 cards right now? Who's drawing 2 cards right now? It's this guy. On the draw, we have just Symmetry Sage. And then a Sheltering Light, a Sejiri Shelter to kind of keep it okay. Depends on what our opponent does, honestly, of course. What their opener is. Oh, if it's green, then... Ooh. It really actually doesn't matter now, does it? Oh, wait, that's green-white, isn't it? Oh, it's life gain. Yeah, fucking go have at her, buddy. Of course it's life gain. Go and play an aggro deck and you run into ramp where the life gain's supposed to be. Sure. Okay, anyway. Symmetry Sage. And I'm going to Homestead Courage for now, since I don't know what I'm going to learn for. And just crack in for 4. So let's see. They have Eiganjo revealed to us so far. So I tapped down quickly just to kind of see where this would go. We're into Bant colors now. Risen Reef. Okay, so they're going to value. And if they're going to value, we're going to kill them. That's the plan, anyway. That blue mana is a little awkward, obviously. Okay. Guiding Voice. Spectral Sailor for now. Buff Symmetry Sage. Archaics. Archaics will be live, technically. We also have Expanded Anatomy, which is going to do a pile. Let's take Expanded Anatomy this time. I think that we're probably in the beatdown territory this time. And then put a +1/+1 counter on, I guess, you. Buff you. And crack him for 9. Alright! They're at 7. Yeah, lands are a bit weird. I may have just been better off with Sejiri Shelter. Okay. 4 mana. I'm threatening death pretty quick here. Risen Reef colors. It is indeed Risen Reef. Lands can continue this chain. Oh, they legend ruled their Eiganjo. Noted. Okay. Is that another Risen Reef? Please say no. Cultivate. Makes 2 more mana. And they can't play the forest. They could grow Spiral if they've got it. Nope, they don't got it. Well, then, in that case, I guess we can... I guess casting 2 spells is just slightly better, right? Yeah, it's probably better. They realize that there's 6 power, or 5 power, because this is a 1-1. So, yeah, like, this gains 3, this gains 2, off of 2 spells. So 5 power right then and there, and then all the plus counters. Alright, what are we looking here? On the draw, level Lumimancer, Sentinel, Symmetry Sage, 1 God's Willing. I think this is going to... Oh, Glacial Fortress. That's going to make things glacial. Except for these Esper Sentinels, which I'm just going to vomit out. Yep. Keep. Our opponent's mulliganing down to... Oh, no. Well, I guess Esper Sentinel's good enough for keeping the aggression going if they're just going to play... whatever they're playing. Go play your stuff. Give me an untapped land when you give me the card, please. I would greatly appreciate an untapped land when you give me that card. Thank you, and that's not an untapped land. They drew Jace immediately, so they've got time to wait. So, I mean, this deck shows up. If our opponent's here to make minimum ever, we're going to make the maximum beating. So they've got a while because they've got to get these Mystic Sanctuaries rolling, which is going to be a couple turns away, which means that we have to really hope for an untapped land here. Of course, Esper Sentinel being a bit of an assist here. Jwari Disruption. Huh. They discarded all their islands and left lonely sandbars, leaving the Mystic Sanctuaries to have to play themselves. I don't want to draw extra cards. I want a Lumimancer right now. Get the Glacial Fortress down and be available with Jwari Disruption. With the tax off the Sentinel. Because that just closes the game right there. Just done. They lose their Jace, we call it a day. Now, do I want to play to that out, or do I want to... Do I want to play to that out, or do I want to beat them to death? They don't have it yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. They don't have it yet, so we can set the beatdown going right now. Opt. They have no recourse right now, so we're fine. Thank you! Symmetry Sage. 0 recourse, they're just cycling. It's a possibility that they just play Jace anyway next turn. Let's Esper Sentinel them. I want them to be falling into the thing where we have untapped land and they don't want to let us have access to it. But also we have this thing where if we cast like a few spells next turn, they're just dead. Like straight dead. They're not going to expose their Jace here, are they? No, they're not. Taxes! Pay taxes! We got an opt out of that. Okay. Like some more of the +1 counters, but you know, whatever. Eiganjo. Well, I mean, it's a land. We will take it as a land. Let's get some beats. Alright, +1 counter on you. Make you a 3 power creature. And then anything that's super cheap. Choose an online card name. Components can't cast spells with the chosen name until your next turn. Academic probation it is! Buff yourself. Name is Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Oh yeah, and an opt. Sure, why not? How about I just shut down your deck right now? Okay, let's see. On the play, we've got 2 critters, 2 spells. Yeah. Do the opener Esper Sentinel and go from there, basically. Opponent on black mana. Dead weight. We draw a card. Thank you. Okay, then. In that case, we're just going to do this and Lumimancer. Try that again. Okay. Sure, why not? Whatever. Duress. Who are you planning to go against? Deadweight? Duress? Like, what is your target matchup? This? You had this deck in mind? Specifically? Opponent is really thinking hard here. They take the Fading Hope. Okay. Sure, divest. Why not? This better not be some shitty fucking... it's gonna be that, isn't it? Guiding Voice, you... It's some shitty discard deck that I'm going to just hate and walk away from, isn't it? Teaching of the Archaics. Beat the crap out of them, please. Dreadhorde Invasion. Okay, so they beat the shit out of themselves faster. Cool. Homestead Courage, you! Homestead Courage, you! There's no stick here, so we've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 if we were to God's willing. Nah, we can do that next turn. We can do that next turn. Piper of the Swarm, so there's 2 jump blockers. Okay, yeah, Teachings of the Archaics, just boom boom. Another Lumimancer. Let's just crack in and let them chump block for now. That's fine by me. Pass turn. Down to 4. Options get fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer. Demonic Embrace. Okay. That's a card. Dreadhorde Invasion. They know I have God's willing. Well, whatever. Pro black. Done. Cool. Yeah, we just took our time. Let them just kind of run themselves out of gas because they drew their threats before they were done getting rid of ours. Which, you know, 99% of the time, those discard decks get rid of everything you love and then never draw another discard spell. I have no idea how they pull it off. All right, on the draw we have Spectral Sailor, and I'm having the feeling like that's probably not good enough, but we do have a Guiding Voice, and we have a Glacial Fortress, and nothing to... Oh, mull this. Just mull it. Lots of creatures and a Sheltering Light. I guess so. And then we're dropping what? I mean... Yeah, well, I suppose if we're taking options here, then we can drop the planes. Our opponent on Ancient Ziggurat, so Esper Sentinel's not so great here. Our opponent finally gets to command a speaker. Yeah, that's certainly a thing. Okay, well then I want to open up Clever Lumimancer and an Ornithopter. Because Esper Sentinel's not so great here. Opponent, it's got a 2/2. And I do mean that they're dancing. Like, yeah, no. It's a 2/2. They don't know how to dance. Branchwalker, sure. Vineshaper Mystic is going to make things difficult. That's how I used to play Merfolk. Because I respect this fucking card. I respect this card. It puts some power into play. Okay. Sentinel. Send Lumimancer. Force the issue. Alright, well, I didn't get to force the issue. Let's scry. It's good scry! It's already there! Merfolk, you want to do a quick clock, just to deal with them quickly. Shoreline Scout. Well, luckily they're drawing 1/1s. This is why Merfolk are so bad, because their optimal 1-drops are just 1/1s that just made a tropical island. This is why Merfolk are so bad. Chart a course. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Do that. Worried about some repercussions here. Okay, so how do we do this? This gives vigilance, which makes things complicated. So let's do it this way. Homestead Courage, Ornithopter. Just pump the team. Homestead Courage, Ornithopter. Now it has enough that it can crack in pretty hard here. Yeah, why not? Big hefty beat. Let's level the playing field. Now I've got an Ornithopter that can at least block here. And God's willing to back it up. Silvergill Adept. Revealing the Vineshaper. The Vineshaper would have done a little bit more impact, I believe. If I were, calling it. Their attacks are still pretty poop. Okay. I'll take this one. Wait, that was just a bad attack? That's what that was? Alright. Another Ornithopter. I'll put that out. It's just a chump blocker currently. Then we got this. Pro Blue. What do we do? Can neuter their board largely. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Not really doing it. Alright, since they were doing that really crappy attack, I'm more than willing to do something a little bit different here. I'm worried about a Lord coming, so I'm just going to do 2 points right now. And try to see if they do another bad attack. And I'm going to bank on that. Because we're not really doing much other than just kind of picking at them for now. Unclaimed territory. Yep. Silver Gill Adept. Revealing Vine Shaper. I don't think they want to reveal more. They're just playing everything but that. So they're kind of revealing them as they're playing them anyway. Branch Walker. Very wide. Land. Worried about a one-turn kill, of course. Okay, so we get to neuter their board. Okay, so block here. Block here. God's willing here to get the scry. Turn that into a 2-3. What am I even blocking right now? Silvergill. Symmetry Sage. I'll take a Symmetry Sage on this battlefield. I'm not sure if it's a good choice, but, you know. Alright, we're at 5. Send in the Ornithopter again. Offer the trade with the Esper Sentinel, maybe? We have good blocks after, if they were to get aggressive, sure. We still have reasonable blocks if they were to play a Lord, too. I'm a little worried about Vine Shaper plus Lord. That's about the only thing. We'll see what happens here. So Symmetry Sage is now an offensive option here soon. There's the Vine Shaper. Buffing the already... whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fine. 2 1s into 3 2s. Any Lords? Or are we charting a course? River Sneck. Okay, they're tapped out, which means that this is mostly safe. Although, tough. Very tough. Very close. Very, very close. Opponent seems like they're having a difficult time on whether or not they should attack. The attack next turn is scary. They're going to do the attack now. All right. So, we can do this with minimal losses, or we can do this with trades and try and keep a little bit safe. I think that we can probably take 1 extra point. This river sneak is a problem. Okay, let's do this in a different way. I attack, I can get 5 in with Symmetry Sage and Ornithopter. And just take the crappy damage. Yeah, all right. So we just do this, and well, you never know if we get a chain effect, so we'll save that one. We're going to attempt lethal next turn and hope for the best. River Sneak is nearly lethal, guaranteed, so we're just going to assume that it is lethal. We're going to do nothing here. We're going to use Sejiri Shelter as a potential castable spell. Fading Hope, and that's going to be our lethal right there. All right. So Sejiri Shelter. Ornithopter is protected from blue now. Even though it just got a buff blue. We'll give the River Sneak the boot. Buffing the Symmetry Sage. There's a Homestead Courage. That's the stuff that we were hoping for. That starts doing all the beats. And slam in. Whoa! Tight game! Tight game! Wow! Woo! All right, at the close, let's see. The deck's definitely got some fickle nature to it. It's definitely a prowess deck, as all prowess decks have that burnout percentage chance. As you know, a fail rate is a fail rate is a fail rate. It happens. It's just part of prowess. If you're a prowess player, you know this. And if you're not a prowess player, now you know this. So if you love the insane spikes this deck does, there is a price. But man, the insane spikes are so good. They are so good. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully somebody wants to pick this up because it is a whole lot of fun, and creature decks are really hard to come by in Historic that are really, really good. So hopefully someone else wants to take the reins on this one. It's so much fun. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.